Hello. Yeah, of course the headset had shut itself off because yeah, I'm too lazy to set that up properly. But here I am again. We're back to playing Valkyria Revolution, and we had some technical issues. We dropped frames before, and I've switched over the internet, the Wi-Fi, to a different frequency. Maybe something else was cramping my style. I don't know, but at least it works better now. And yeah, we're about to start playing the game. Actually, finally, at long last, we'll get to play some video game. Video game. All right. Approaching an enemy unit causes them to attack. Make use of various actions to defeat the enemy. A melee attack. Battle palette. Charge up the action gauge to max to use basic attacks. Or to access these fields over time. Alright, so. Okay.
Let's do this.
Check out the camera a little bit. Alright.
Piece of cake, right?
Let's begin the lesson.
Let's end this. Who's next?
Alright. Pretty interesting mechanic. Alright. Will they see me?
I swear I'm not drunk.
Alright, so let's see here. It's a lot of reading here.
Burn them all! Who's next? All right.
Watch out!
Push through.
Where did they come from?
Sorry, pal. Who's...
Keep up the pressure. Farewell. Need more training.
Alright. Does her HP go up as well? I can't see that. Maybe it does. Maybe it doesn't. Alright. Maybe it's time for a cutscene. Oh! That's a funny looking fella.
Finally, they bring out the big guns.
The enemy forces are slow to react. I wonder if they're still half asleep.
Private Helena Anderson, ready for action.
Take it down. Think you can
This old
take
man
me?
This'll be a good fight.
Let's end this!
I got this.
Who's next?
Watch out!
Begin the lesson.
Good. Let's go all out.
Watch out!
I won't go easy.
Didn't have what it takes.
I didn't have to do
I
much
won't
there.
go easy.
Got to put in the final blow there. But yeah, it's sort of a
It's out of commission. Where the hell are they coming from?
hack and slash action game, but with
So they've finally taken the
some
bait.
RPG elements to it, obviously, and that cooldown.
Send word to the motherland. Everything's proceeding according to His Imperial Majesty's designs.
But yeah, your AI partners are pretty prolific. They
There
are
are
pretty
several
good at.
opinions about how the war started. One theory is that a desperate Jutland finally decided to mobilize, similar to a cornered animal. Another, that Jutland preemptively attacked due to intel that the Ruzi Empire was launching an armed invasion.
Hmm. Kind of, kind of a glass half full, half empty situation there.
Please do not worry for my sake. Am I not a soldier too? I can see to my own safety.
Princess Ophelia.
There's a lot of cutscenes here.
But, Fifi, you're still royalty, aren't ya? No princess left behind, says I. And no soldier, too.
Guarding your highness is an order from our commanding officer. You can leave your protection to us.
Nay, surely that would ill serve us all.
It's over.
You mean he's dead?
Hey, you alright there?
I'm still so inexperienced. But I can survive. Nay, I must. For my country, I will.
Fifi!
Your Highness, wait! Stand back, Your
Tis
Highness.
the enemy. I'm quite all right. I can still fight.
Ah, it's fiddly. Alright.
Ding ding!
That'll work. King is ours. You're no match for
This
me.
is awesome! What? Easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
Okay. We hadn't even taken those guys out, did we? Alright.
Can you stand? Princess, can you stand?
Yes.
I'm kind of starting to get why Amleth was a little bit annoyed having to take the princess into combat. Not that I'm too familiar with the royalties of Jutland,
Princess
but
just won her first fight is all.
You okay there, Vivi?
one.
You look even paler than usual.
But of course, she's killed a man with her own 2 hands. Such is the way of war. However, if you intend to follow us further, you must
Those
grow inured
guys
to
that
death.
I took down
friend as
earlier
well as
myself
You really
don't
need
count.
to learn how to read the mood. Still, what you're saying is correct. For once. Your Highness, it's wonderful that you volunteered for your country. But if I may be frank, you're a liability. No matter how compatible you are with Ragnite, that has no bearing on your qualifications to be a soldier in the field. At this rate, someone will die protecting you.
Everyone, I apologize for this disturbance. I'm quite all right now. I'm fine. Please forgive my lapse in judgment. Rest assured it will be my last.
Fifi.
Amlet. I defer to your authority. Please grant me leave to continue fulfilling my soldierly duties.
You got this?
Yes, sir.
Then prove it. That work for the rest of you? We've taken care of most of their monotech, so let's finish this.
Even my king father has never experienced the likes of this.
And this is true.
I am the princess. I am a soldier. Defender of the people, protector of the realm.
All right.
All right.
Okay.
Let's do this together! Reform up! Lordly to lose.
Another win.
Child's play.
Who's next?
Where the next?
Watch out!
Oh, okay.
Sorry. Too slow! Far too lordly to lose. Modest. Thanks to me. Far too lordly to lose.
All right.
Over and done. On the attack!
Show's over. All right. All right.
There's one guy there.
Who's next?
Like I play a minute or so, and then it's a cutscene again. Well, this time it's worth it, of course, because it's like something out of Horizon Zero Dawn coming at me here. But yeah, it's cutscene heavy. That's putting it mildly. At least so far. I've just played about half an hour or so.
They don't even amount to a single platoon.
This looks like something out of a bad dream. I think such
It does.
heavy mono weaponry exists.
The bigger they are, the harder they fall, right? Right?
I'll take it on. Bring it!
Amlet!
Balthus. Target the tank and take it down.
Alright, target the tank and take it down. Okay, so let's see. Here's our secondary.
Constant vigilance!
Keep an eye on
Reinforcements are
reinforcements.
rising!
A worthy opponent.
Take this!
He's damaged. Keep an eye on
Reinforcements
reinforcements.
rising! Constant vigilance! Evasive action! Evasive action! Come on, let's play! Yeah. This will be a cakewalk! Evasive action!
Not sure that's what I'm...
Jutland!
Burn them all! Take it out!
Taste
Allow me to assist you.
Not as bad, guys. Got a bad feeling. Constant vigilance. What's the big idea?
Keep an eye on them.
In the name of justice. Got a bad feeling.
Ah!
What's the big idea? What's the big idea? What's the big idea? What's the big idea? Power comes Ew. This is action.
Keep your guard up.
What's the big idea? Is this action? What's the big idea? The tides are turning. Come on, let's play.
Hey, it's ours. Keep an eye on them.
Got a bad feeling. Got a bad feeling.
All right. Finally, we got to play a little bit more extended scene here. It looks like we've taken down the mechanical dinosaur thingy here. Alright, got an A rank. Took a little bit too long. Maybe that was, I don't want to make excuses, but the technical issues. Leveled up a bit. Okay. No idea what that does, but apparently we ranked up some stuff.
We did it! 'Twas a smashing success. Well done, me.
Hey, they're running away!
Don't bother. The rear guard will take care of it.
True. Our mission is to gain control of the area. Suffice it to say, we've accomplished just that.
Yeah.
Commander.
What just happened?
The hell's he doing now?
First Sergeant Promenade, you're in command. I'm going after him.
Promenade. Mm-hmm. An old footballer. I remember. Danish national team. Dennis Promenade, I think.
Damn it all. His Majesty will never forgive me for this humiliation. Your Excellency, the enemy! Ah! What the hell?
You've got one big sword.
You fool! Do you have any idea what you're doing? You have brought the wrath of the entire Rusi Empire upon you! Where's Maria? What?
We're getting some backstory here. I'm guessing.
I know exactly what I'm doing. You're Balthus Kremelberg, one of Ruse's 4 Grand Generals. We knew you'd be here. It's why we planned this op. To kill you. Me? Ha! Well, I do feel honored. But if you kill me now, your last chance at brokering a peace dies with me. Or do you really plan to take my life, even if it drags your whole country into war?
I don't know.
Have you lost your mind?
I won't ask you again. Where is Miss Maria? 10 years ago, you and your Emperor came here to Molda. I know you took her.
Mm-hmm.
You took her. And you...
Holy shit!
Why?
Are you serious? All this over one woman? Do you realize just how many people are going to die because of you? Ah, but you do know, don't you? You're a piece of work. You're completely insane!
You don't even remember.
That's right. You wanted to know about your little wench. Maria. Maria, huh? If I recall, one of my mistresses. She was a real nympho, that one. She was a hell of a slut.
Oh, we didn't get to see
fine.
that.
It doesn't matter anyhow. I remember. I'll never forget what you Rux did to us.
Oops. Alright. Earned the trophy.
What
Yes.
were you just talking about?
That was their commander.
Our mission was to capture the base. We had already won. Yet you killed this man. In cold blood. He was a Grand General, yes, but by what right did you take his life? Answer me, Amlet Gronkhair. Huh? Amlet!
Yeah, there's a lot of cutscenes that we're watching here. It's quite dramatic. I'm not hating it. I think it's pretty decent actually. And I think the big takeaway, because I've seen a lot of different review scores on this game before I started streaming here. We obviously didn't like it. Our reviewers on the site, we've given it 4 out of 10 and 6 out of 10. I think a couple of 4 out of 10s and one 6 out of 10. And 3 different reviewers across the various branches in the network. But I can see that if you're really into the story, you can get something a little bit more out of this game than you would if you're not really feeling this. So I think, because I've also seen reviews elsewhere that have been quite positive about it, whereas sort of most of them land somewhere in the sort of 6 range, 6, 7, 5, 6, 7.
That Jutland has attacked?
Yes, Your Excellency.
Wonderful. We can finally deal with the Jutes as we please.
And Balthus?
He was preparing to engage the enemy when we left. I believe we should get more information soon.
Well, I'm sorry to say,
Your
Balthus
Majesty, forgive my
is
intrusion,
history.
sire.
If it isn't the envoy.
Hail, Emperor Claudius, and well met. I, Lord Donovan Lindegard of Jutland, hope to find you in good health.
What is it? You seem in great haste.
Moments ago, I received grave tidings. The alliance between our nations has been severed by a declaration of war.
We already have knowledge of this news.
Indeed? As expected of His Majesty.
Our Empire's treasured outpost was attacked.
Can it be? That once contested land was a symbol of peace.
Correct. We shall, therefore, answer the kingdom in kind.
Words can't convey my regret. As a diplomat, My purpose is to build a bridge between our countries, a bridge now burnt. My labors to subdue talk of war, so that not a drop of Judish blood must spill. One foolish act brings it all to naught. Since it has come to this, I will return at once and put an end to this wretched war.
Your path shall be a harrowed one, Arthur. Begone.
Thank you for your leave, sire.
It's
now I must hurry back
amazingly
home.
dramatic and epic. But I like it. I kind of like that, you know. You don't want to go half-assed when it comes to being dramatic and pompous.
Our forces await your orders, sire.
It is reported that the news of Balthus's death reached the Empire after Lord Lindegard returned to his country.
Yeah. Otherwise, he would probably have been asked to leave his head at.
Extra! Extra! Read all about it!
News that the country had reclaimed territory brought joy to the normally quiet lives of its citizens. However, this uplifting atmosphere and the events that led to the war were carefully constructed by the 5 traitors.
Mm-hmm. The 5 traitors. All right. I'm not getting a lot of comments, but I guess maybe this isn't what people want to watch right now. Middle of the summer, 4th of July, and you know, perhaps it's no surprise that we don't have a lot of viewers and a lot of commenters on today's stream, but we work nonetheless, and we struggle on, and we do give you new and different games each day of the week.
Shall we begin?
That's our policy. We're not sort of just streaming the most popular games. This is certainly not one of the most popular games. I was hoping it would be a lot. Sort of. I was hoping for a strategy RPG actually out of this. I must admit, and it's not.
Good wine and great company. Just like I keep telling you guys, Lady Luck is on our side.
I was wrong, Am. Like you and Saul said, war's our best bet.
The public supports the war, and the opposing factions are being pushed back. Things have been set into motion.
Right. No stopping now. Balthus didn't remember what he did to us.
What?
Hey, you're joking, right? After the shit he pulled?
That can't be. He killed so many people. How could anyone forget so much bloodshed?
It simply shows that a small incident like that was an everyday occurrence for them.
Whoa, whoa, the hell you mean small incident?
Still, they've accomplished one part of our revenge. There is something that bothers me, though, Am.
What's that?
One squad member in the Princess showed up, didn't they? After you killed Balthus?
Seriously?
Yeah.
So they saw you?
It's nothing to worry about. They saw me kill an enemy general, nothing more.
And I guess that's fine.
Keep an eye on them, just in case.
Alright, so they've got a personal angle here. They've got
that's 1 down, 4 to go.
They're not.
Let's make full use of the coming winter for this war. We'll advance on Ruse's capital and take revenge on the Emperor. Maria should be with him.
And that's why we need to save her.
Hell yeah! I can't wait to see her again.
By the way, Hamlet, have you heard already?
What about?
Your rank. You're being promoted to captain.
All makes sense. But yeah, I guess they're kind of trying to keep this a little bit ambivalent. Like, are these good guys, or because clearly they're sort of trying to right an injustice, but at what costs?
First Lieutenant Hamlet Gronker, in light of your faithful service, I hereby promote you to the rank of captain.
Your Majesty.
You also have my gratitude for bringing my daughter safely home. Prithee, was she a burden to the operation?
No, sire. Princess Ophelia showed great bravery on the battlefield.
Oh, is that so? Good. Very good. Loyal subjects, you have served your country well. That province once belonged to the kingdom. Reclaiming it is a benefit to us all.
I gotta say, like, the uniforms in this army is a little bit less than uniform.
Warriors of Vannergund, keep the light of Jutland bright.
But that makes it easier for us to keep them, remember them, I guess? See who they are.
My beloved people of Jutland. For the first time in my life, my mettle was tempered in the flames of battle. It was an experience I can scarcely put into words. Only
You seem to do me a fine job of that.
why we fought did I survive. 'Twas for you that my countrymen achieved this victory. My eyes have been opened to the horrors of war. But we have languished under the Emperor's embargo for far too long. No longer could I stand idly by watching our kingdom lapse deeper into exhausting destitution. Thus, I chose to act and put myself in the front lines. I will continue to fight for Jutland, my beloved country. But for that
I like the
to
fact
happen,
that they're
we need
layering
our
things
military.
like that. It's not just one reason. There's different reasons, different perspectives. I like that.
Our proletariat supporting the industry. Our press, giving voice
A
to
good
the
way
populace.
of describing a conflict. We'll see if
citizens of the
maybe it's
nation
not,
working together
but if they add
till the end of the war.
complexity to it as
the
well
prosperity
over
of
the course of time during this adventure, that's a
will
good
keep
thing.
fighting
I
at the vanguard,
kind of like that
dreaming
approach.
of that day.
Nice speech, Princess. But that's easier dreamt than done.
Yes, but her presence alone will help sway the public in favor of the war.
Yep.
Your Highness.
Godot.
Go.
Why, look who it is. Good day to you.
Of course you're here.
My, aren't you saucy? I am the princess's lady-in-waiting, after all.
Is something the matter, Godot?
Princess, might I have a word with you? In private.
I'd advise against that, milady. He may be my older brother, but to hold privy council alone with a man? Oh, the scandal.
Please, Miss Ophelia.
Excuse us, Miranda.
Oh, you don't need to apologize to me. This would-be Romeo is the one overstepping his bounds. Besides,
Okay.
I'm only pulling his leg.
Just go. My time is very limited.
Yes, yes.
Princess, about Hamlet.
Did you learn something?
Not a great deal, I'm afraid. All I could learn about his life before the Institute is that his adopted parents passed away. Nothing more. He has no past.
What do you suppose that means?
When he struck down Balthus, he said, "I'll never forget what you Ruks did to us." He's hiding something. Of this I am certain. And I fear whatever that may be will betray us all. I'm sure further investigation will yield the truth. I'll continue looking into him. Good day, Princess.
Hamlet. Who are you, really?
That's a good question. Once again, we've been watching a cutscene here for quite a long time. Itching to get back into the action. But it's one of those games where there are a lot of cutscenes and you're basically just sitting watching for a huge chunk of the game. I don't know if that changes later on, but so far I've played 10 minutes or so. I mean, you could probably put a timer on it if you've seen the whole live stream. So,
on to the next
but
step.
then again, that story is kind of interesting. I just wish that there was more gameplay in between the story bits. Oh, that doesn't look like your average sidekick, right-hand man. Save the progress. Well, that was quick. Now it's loading again. And again. Cool. I would say that like the geometry and stuff in these scenes fairly basic. Like
sounds like fun, yeah?
It wouldn't have been an impressive game on PS3, I think. So that's not the best compliment you could give to a PS4 game. In terms of geometry, I think there's some nice touches in certain areas, but geometry and animations are leaving quite a bit to the left, leaving a bit to be desired.
Our presently destitute country should be rejuvenated by gaining control of the Ragnite.
Which in turn means weakening Ruse.
You magnificent bastard.
Look who's talking. Have you seen your suit?
Once we get our hands on all that Ragnite, my company's net worth is gonna skyrocket.
You wouldn't be the only one to profit. If current issues like inflation or supply shortages are resolved, naturally...
The people of Jutland will see the war as a success, just like we want.
Violet, are any Grand Generals stationed in Ipsaria?
Nope.
And how do the people of Ipsaria feel about Ruse's occupation?
To hear my business partners tell it, they don't think too kindly of their Imperial occupiers. After Ruse invaded and took control, the Emperor didn't waste any time cleaning house. Executed the entire royal family along with any loyalists.
That sounds like something Claudius would do.
Still, the effect was instantaneous. There are hardly any dissenting opinions against Ruse there since they fear military oppression.
Doesn't mean their dissatisfaction isn't simmering under the surface. Guess that's where I come in. Got it. We'll distribute an anonymous flyer. A manifesto from resistance forces trying to shed a light on Ruse's crimes and restore honor to their late king.
Straight up sedition. And I thought I was the bastard here.
I take that as a compliment.
Stir up Ipsaria and lay the groundwork, making them more accepting of Jutland. It's a solid idea.
You can leave the distribution of the flyers to me.
Please continue the operation within Jutland as well.
More rabble-rousing? We already threw fuel on that fire.
We'll do it as much as we can. A war effort's only as strong as the citizens who support it.
Precisely. Amlet, make sure to pay attention to the citizens when you walk around town. We can gauge public opinion toward the war by their attitude toward the commander of the elite unit.
We're getting like a tutorial
again,
tip
be
here.
Amicable.
That's rich, coming from you.
Got it.
Good. That concludes today's agenda.
Well then, meeting adjourned.
It's about to get real busy around here.
All right. Ooh. Loading. I guess we're gonna get to walk around town a little bit now. No? We're gonna get to do that.
Beautiful sunset. We can't help but come here, can we? This used to be our favorite spot.
Yeah.
I have an idea, Am. What do you say we go grab a drink afterward?
I'd rather just get back to headquarters.
Oh, come on. A few rounds wouldn't hurt.
We don't need anyone getting suspicious of me. Besides, I need to put together a plan to free Upsaria.
What an annoyingly flawless response. Well, come join me next time. We haven't gone drinking in a while with just the two of us. Even you need to unwind at some point.
Sure.
I'll hold you to it. You just gave me your word. You're a rare breed of man, Am. The kind that doesn't pass out when they go drinking with me. I won't let you get away so easily.
She's a feisty one.
I'll see you around.
Oh. Smoothness of the animations are somewhat lacking there.
All right, everyone.
It's too bad, because I mean, it's not poorly directed, it's just... yeah. It's just not all the way there where I feel it needs to be. In terms of the animations. That sort of thing. Back to the field.
How far did we get?
Oh, this is pretty interesting.
You're quite studious. How splendid.
See how this works. I can look over the cutscenes, but let's just continue on.
This is a true story.
I can understand that soldiers die during war. However, according to your story, Professor, Amlet the traitor went out of his way to kill one of the Empire's grand generals. Why did he go to such lengths?
There's a reason behind his actions, as well as why this grave was built as the traders had requested. It could all be seen through the actions of the princess after she had witnessed him kill the Grand General.
Mm-hmm. Training ground.
Why don't we catch our breath?
Nay, I will carry on. Commencing operation. In the name of Jutland.
That won't work. That won't work.
Not a fan of the dodge. If I don't, yeah, I still see how it works. But this looks a little bit weird, doesn't it? Because I'm like, of course this is just a tutorial mission, but like,
You mustn't push yourself too hard.
Our next operation approaches. I must prove myself by then. During our first mission, I was not but a burden. I wish for my mind to be as well honed as this blade. Only then will my soul know peace.
Are you referring to the soldier you slayed?
My dreams have been haunted by that moment. That, however, is because I knew so little of combat. One who mourns the death of an enemy has no place in war. Because I have declared to my people that I will continue to stand at the front lines, I cannot allow my heart to falter.
They say to pity a starving, dying animal is to show great empathy. But to show great empathy means to put yourself at risk. Wild animals do not worry for other wild animals. To them, life is the never-ending struggle to survive, to find food. It's the same for us on the battlefield. There's no room for empathy.
'Tis a harsh world we live in.
Indeed it is.
it is indeed a harsh world.
From the palace terrace, everything looks black and white.
That's why you picked up the sword, Your Highness. Because you have a responsibility, both as a citizen and as royalty.
Just so.
I wouldn't want you to lose your emotional investment in all this.
Nor would I. Yet that is precisely why I worry about Amlet.
I've pored over countless records, but there is nothing on him prior to his adoption. The lack of information on him is highly unusual. Did he share anything with you during your time at the Institute?
Not at all. He never was the type to talk about his past. Perhaps I will ask the professor.
Professor?
our former teacher. I am certain she would...
Your Highness! Finally, I found you. Don't you know how troublesome it is when you go out without telling me where?
She needed a quiet place to practice her swordsmanship. Can't get any training done with you bothering her. Had we told you, you would just follow along and pester us here. Like you're doing now.
Oh, hush. Now, milady, let's return to the palace. I'll train you myself if you please. I've wielded a sword against my nagging brother many a time, so I'm confident in my skills. In fact, I'm positive your training would go better with me.
Absolutely not. You never hold back. Or something to happen to the princess.
I never held back against you because you're my brother. If that wasn't obvious, it's no wonder you can't find love, despite sharing some of my good looks.
You two are thick as thieves as always.
Is that how it seems?
Indeed. I already envied your kinship, but the bond you both share really is something special.
What kind of sibling would you wish for, Princess? A kind and caring big sister? Or a rambunctious little brother?
Let me see. Either way, I certainly would be content. But if I had to choose, I'd prefer an elder brother. One on whom I could always rely. Someone like Godot, for instance.
You are too kind, Princess.
Oh, is that... Are you blushing?
We should return to headquarters. It's nearly time to discuss our next operation.
Already? I was so engaged in our practice, I suppose I lost track of the hour. Let us go then. Good day to you, Miranda.
Well, the pacing of this is a little bit odd. It's sort of... It's much even for a JRPG actually. It's so heavy on the cutscenes.
You're quite studious. How splendid. You're quite studious. How splendid.
I just want to continue to play.
Then allow me to continue.
Well, don't mind. I don't mind that at all. But so yeah, we've well, I haven't played for an hour and a half, but I've played for well over an hour so far, and clearly it's a game that where story is at the core of it. I don't know if I'd say the combat and the mechanics are basic, but yeah, they haven't really stood out to me so far in the game.
By often contributing to famous newspapers.
Fritte!
His provocative pieces stimulated patriotism in people and led the citizenry of Jutland toward jingoistic tendencies.
Jingoistic tendencies. I gotta admit, I don't even know what that is. I guess it's the tendencies to become jingoist.
Basil Sabanci inherited his adoptive father's company and factory.
There's a lot of characters in this.
Hard work, he
You're introducing them very quickly as well.
Industry and used his resources to support Jutland's forces. Violet Sand was in military intelligence, although no detailed records of her remain. She had infiltrated and gathered intel on not only the Ruzi Empire, but various other world powers all by herself. The facts surrounding her only came to light in recent years due to more in-depth investigation and research techniques.
Violet. I wouldn't have put the Z there in sand to be sort of Danish. It's more like a Hungarian thing to do.
Solomon Kallenberg, a prominent member of Jutland's parliament, was said to be the
Kallenberg.
brains behind the traitors. A capable and elegant man from an affluent family, his reputation was renowned in political and social circles. He thrust himself into politics, suppressed the non-radical factions of parliament, and allowed the war to continue.
All right. Can we? Yeah, I think it's time to. Because a while back we got that little hint
well documented through his victorious achievements during
that we could
the
walk
young
around the
hero
town
who
and
led the
sort of
anti-Valkyria
gauge public
squad.
opinion.
Without him, the Liberation War would not have been won. As you can see, they all have different facets. Knowing each one will bring us closer to the truth behind the traitors.
This is Palace Street. That was a while back that we got that tip. So
Nice.
What's the matter?
Good day to you.
all right, it's an economy.
Come on in.
Oh, kronor. 200 kronor.
Come back anytime.
Hey, Captain.
What?
Welcome.
All right. Can shoot different things there.
Come again.
Nice. Yeah.
Okay, so you can return to Rochelle any time during the story, I guess, and just talk to her about whatever you've done so far. I meant to go back here. I had to I had to select it. I thought it was just automatically selected. I guess not. I guess not. Alright. Got to play for a couple of minutes there. Oh, we're still playing, actually, so alright.
Need something?
Terribly sorry. Well done.
Play something.
What's the matter? My apologies. Yeah. What's the matter?
We're going to Basil's factory. So
Yo. Hell yeah.
mana weapon upgrades, sector weapon R&D.
What do you want?
Alright, let's see, R&D.
Pretty good, yeah? How about this?
All right.
See ya.
All right.
What do you want? See ya.
Sorry. Getting back to headquarters. All right, back to the headquarters. We're finally sort of getting stuck into getting more.
What's the matter? Oh, what's this?
Well, I would say it's the game proper, maybe.
We've got a new assignment.
Okay. Well, obviously they've sort of rewritten the map a little bit. Jutland is Turkey, and Molda is yeah. And the Rusi Empire is kind of the Ruski Empire, I would say. A little bit weird. Obviously, like, a lot of the names and stuff is made up, but some of them resemble what's actually there a lot. Alright, sorry, I clicked wrong. Doesn't help with the pacing here, but
that is all.
going through even more. Got 10 more minutes to go before the end of the stream, so I better get moving. And I don't think they forced you to sort of do any real strategic choices in that deployment screen to be able to finish what is yet another about the give order stuff. Trying to figure out these things. It's super weird that the missions are so short. Like for a tutorial, you know, I mean, I'm in my second hour. I'm still doing tutorials, which is a little bit frustrating. I mean, there's some strategy to learn there, but for my son's workshop. Alright. There's a lot of Danish football players I feel that's been sort of used to
back anytime. What's up?
I don't know where I'm going now. If I'm going somewhere. Well, it's not always the most logical game in terms of its structure, I should say. It's a
Our
little bit
next mission
illogical.
is to seize the Ruse Viceroy office in Ipsiria. The anti-Valkyria squad will provide a distraction, drawing the enemy forces away from Jutland's main army. Should the enemy barricade themselves, we'll join the main army, surround the city, and overwhelm the Viceroy's office. Either we annihilate their troops or force them to retreat. Regardless, the Ruse threat leaves Ipsiria.
So we drive the Empire from their domain, placing the country back in the hands of its citizens. And then?
I don't care what comes after.
Perhaps you should. I worry for the Ipsarian people, and the long-term consequences of our victory.
We haven't won yet. You know that, right?
Of course. Though I must ask you, as a squad mate and friend, have you considered what we leave in the battle's wake?
Here we go again.
I beg your pardon?
You always get ahead of yourself.
Must you even take issue with my forethought?
In war, the only thing that matters is the enemy in front of you. Distractions lead to death. Get that through your head.
He's a bit of a douchebag.
Please, Princess, calm down.
Godot! My apologies. 'Twould seem I'm behaving improperly again.
Is this going to happen every time they're in the same room?
Pish-posh! Enough of this plebeian poppycock. I shan't name any names, but the fish rots from the head. Perhaps we need a new captain, a true leader. Like
I thought I'd never get used to seeing a lover's spat, but once you get used to it, it's not so bad. I guess it's a bit like our unit's tradition.
I can see it. That's a fitting description, First Sergeant.
I swear, you two are never serious. Ew, no one's gonna go for some mean old man. Get a clue, you two.
I rescind my previous statement. Well, let's be more serious then. You'd like that, wouldn't you, Bridget?
I don't care either way. Just do what you want.
I don't know, you still look pretty pissed. You're scrunching your face so hard it's making new forehead wrinkles.
Don't come crying to me again if you can't get rid of them this time.
Wait, crying again? As in, you've watched Miss Bridget weep? Frailty, thy name is woman. Maybe you should just
What is
drop it,
this?
Isaac. Methinks the ladies doth protest too much.
It's wonderfully quirky, this dialogue here.
Starting sooner than later. Prep accordingly. Dismissed.
Underneath that cold, hard exterior, there's a man who lost something a long time ago, I suppose. Anyway, we're coming up on the 2-hour mark. What was supposed to be 2-hour mark. I have had some technical difficulty with today's live stream. I apologize for that. I can certainly see why some people have had complaints with this game. It is incredibly heavy on the cutscenes. And that's not always a horrible thing, you know. Cutscenes can be nice, but it's a little bit like I feel like I've hardly played the game yet, and I've obviously had it on for almost 2 hours, and that's a little bit weird to me. But it was starting to get to control things a little bit more here towards the end. So hopefully that's an indication of how it continues. But like reading reviews and stuff, this is a very, very cutscene heavy game. And I can also see some blemishes elsewhere in the game. So it's not, yeah, sorry to say, but my opinion is that it's kind of mediocre. That's my first impressions of it anyway. You can read the reviews for more in-depth views if people have played it all the way through to the end. It's a pretty long game. It's about 30 hours or something, I think, if I remember correctly. But I haven't played that, so I can't really judge the game as a whole. But I must say I was entertained by some parts of it, but I also feel like I've played this sort of game with a lot more engaging gameplay, and also not quite as cutscene heavy, because it does sort of, yeah, does a little bit odd. But hey, gave it a shot. I've shown you a little bit of Valkyria Revolution. Is out now on PC, PS4, Xbox One, I believe. Yeah, it's a JRPG with a sort of a, I don't know what to say. It's a little bit like a Tales of game in terms of the mechanics. Slightly like that, sort of like that in some ways because of the real-time component. But you're not really, it's not quite like it, but it's got some of that in there. I do like the alternate history kind of setting. It's interesting, and some of the overgrasp, the story structure, I should say. I like that. And as always, whether you'll enjoy the story or not largely depends on whether you're the kind of person who likes these sort of, these sort of very shifting moods from, very dramatic and epic kind of scenes with booming music and everyone's really pompous, to these rather sort of silly teenage quarrels that you'll see in the squad, etc. I mean, you've seen it now. You've seen what I mean. So, but that's it for me. This has been Gamereactor Live. We'll be back tomorrow, 3 p.m. British time, UK time, and 1600 hours Central European Summer Time. As always, every weekday. It's fairly slow month for games. We've got Splatoon 2 and Final Fantasy 12, the Zodiac Age coming up, so that's two highlights. We've also got Pyre from Supergiant Games scheduled for this month. That's one I'm hoping to play myself. Looking forward to that. Well, other than that, it's a pretty slow month, but we'll make sure that we'll have interesting streaming content for you guys anyway. If need be, we'll pick up some favorites and play them again. But I'd like to say goodbye. Thank you very much for tuning in. The few people who did. If not, maybe you're watching the replay. That's fine too. But yeah, it's been Gamereactor Live. Thank you for watching.